What's up, everyone? Chris Driven here. So in this video we are going to be discussing why we are even bothering on doing YouTube. So remember, on my YouTube channel, it's not what I'm doing. It's never going to be about what any of us are doing, but it's why we're doing it. For me personally, there is a lot of factors that come into why I'm even building my current digital real estate as I see it. It is, if you think about it, really is a form of digital real estate, because over time, you may get that big return, but over time, it is going to grow exponentially. But yeah, so the reason why I do YouTube, we're not going to talk about what I do besides the fact that for me, I love Spider-Man, I love pizza, I love cars, I love go-karting, I just love driving. Everything and anything related to cars, pizza, Spider-Man, I absolutely love. And that's just part of what I want to try to share, and maybe sharing the experience too of what it's like. Although I'm not really a huge YouTuber yet. And I'm not aiming to see myself that, right? Like, I'm not trying to be this enormous YouTuber, but for me, myself, I would love to grow the channel enough to be able to experience and open the doors to opportunities and drive many other cars and just have fun. Because for me, driving is everything. But yeah, so once again, the reason why I am starting YouTube, although I never really thought about it since the very beginning, but of course, the first thing was money, which is why I had started. It's not the reason why I'm continuing on doing it at the moment. I'm not motivated by money. Although, of course, just like anybody else in my situation or similar, it would absolutely be of huge help because I still need to pay off debts. So once again, this is already getting into why I'm even doing it. To pay off debts. Currently, my wife is at school or in school for veterinary school. So I want to be able to help her pay off the school loans. And really, it is just to get of all the unnecessary debt that we shouldn't have right now, right? School loans, those are a bit normal. But yeah, first off, why we're doing YouTube, get rid of loans. Get rid of all the stupid loans, all the credit cards. I'm sorry to say stupid, but once again, don't have kids watch this. They wouldn't understand the struggle. Yeah, get rid of loans. And then secondly, what also keeps me driven as to why I'm doing YouTube, right? Is my family. So I want to make sure that my current family, which is, right now it's me, my wife, our 4 dogs, and 2 cats. I have to make sure that they are taken care of, that they're always getting their vaccines, and anytime that they get sick, that's going to require us to maybe take them to the vet. And I know, my wife is working on becoming a doctor herself one day. So right now we would have to rely on taking them to the vet, and because they're the ones that have access to all the medication that they have. So, so like I said, taking care of our family. We do not have kids right now, for those wondering. I'm 26. I turned 27 on October 25th. And we don't plan to have kids until she's pretty much done with school, and then hopefully be able to travel as soon as she's done. But right when she's done with school, we'll be moving back to Texas and Austin, which I believe is our hometown, at least what we're thinking at the moment, to be able to grow our family. But another reason why you may want to start YouTube and start earning income through it is to travel. So me, at an earlier age, I didn't really care so much about travel, but maybe because I think everything depends on how you're raised and like what your parents might push you to do and whatnot. But once you start earning the freedom to do what you want, once you have a car and you can kind of go anywhere and pay for these things yourself, Travel has become a lot more exciting for me, and I think in the sense of being able to spend it with somebody. I know there's people out there that do travel alone and like they're happy about it or pretend to be, not sure, whatever the case might be, right? And I say pretend to be because social media. It's like, yeah, you want to try to show that you're happy traveling alone, but then you're just kind of sad because naturally as humans, I feel like we all need some sort of like companionship or love, and that's where, like I said, for me to be able to travel with my wife and see how excited she gets, traveling has just made it that much more rewarding and enjoyable. Because when we were in high school, we would really just go almost anywhere and everywhere. I would take her to places she's never really been to, and that was all very exciting for me. And exciting for me to see that, she's happy and enjoying herself in life. So yeah, that really is the goal, just to make sure that I can keep a very happy wife in my life. We've been together since high school, and it's crazy. Time just flew by. And so yeah, that's another reason, travel. And back to what I was saying in the very beginning is money. So I'm on a mission in life, and that mission requires money. So that's why I say money, since the very beginning is important, because it's not only to take care of my family, but it's to be able to accomplish and do the things that I want to do for other people. Sorry if the lighting is bad and you can't see me. And that's what I'm really trying to push out there and get to the world, because I feel like there's many other huge content creators, YouTubers, and people who may seem a little like selfish, getting their mansions or Lamborghinis or Ferraris, and just caring about so much of the materialistic stuff. I mean, given for me, like, yeah, I do want to have my fair share of cars, but it never is going to entail, having all these luxury things, because I don't care about it. As it is, I want to live in Texas, or we may want to live in Texas, like, and I say I want to live in Texas because, that's just like her and I, we do want to, like, that's just home for us. But you can buy a good sized home in Texas for sure, like $1 million, $2 million. Like, I'm not trying to buy like a 10, 15, $20 million home, but eventually my wife would love to have a ranch. So that is part of my goal too. But anyway, so back to the main point on money. Like I said, I'm on a mission to help people in unexpected ways that I wish I could have been helped, because I understand and know the struggle that, some people will go through in life. And even though it is their own fault, sometimes I wish I could get a do-over or, a second chance to just do it all over again. But that doesn't exist unless, you happen to win the lottery or somebody gives you money to be able to wipe out whatever you got yourself into, and then you can start over. But I think the bigger reason behind that is, so if somebody is already struggling and can't really afford like some of the more simple things, like getting new tires, getting their car serviced for maintenance, like given they're not little either, they do cost. Things like that. So I do want to pay for people to have gas, get groceries, get their cars maintained. Oh man, I just got a big chip. So yeah, a couple of things I wish I could do is, once again, give people gas money, get them groceries, get their car service. And like I said, these are just a few things that I would do for people, among many other things. But even giving people big tips, you can ask my wife, I'm good on like tipping people always, and maybe I shouldn't, but for me, I see it as in giving people a boost to continue going and working hard, because you just never know, right? Me, I have really good work ethic. I'm always great with people and help them in the most genuine way that I possibly can. I mean, and that's without trying. But yeah, so once again, the mission to help people apart from my family plays into a big role as to why I'm even doing YouTube at all. And that's also part of why I'm answering a lot of questions other people might have besides myself. So I'm trying to answer as many questions as I can on YouTube about vehicles, or even answering real life questions and just helping people kind of see what it's like or guide them through it a bit. But yeah, and then of course there's also my in-laws, probably my parents, helping them out. And it goes deeper behind when it comes to my parents. So, but for sure, I would love to make sure that I get to retire my in-laws, because they have been helping us through so much. And you know, it's just been difficult for a lot of us, and I feel like I have to be the one to be able to do something about it. I know my wife will, you know, be able to make her own good money one day, but I have to play my part as a son-in-law, as a son as well, husband, later on a father. But I have to play my role to do whatever I can to retire our parents, or just, you know, like I said, pay off all the unnecessary debt, because that's kind of the one thing that holds a lot of us back from doing anything. And right now, I really wish we could travel, but because of our credit card debts, we're struggling to pay at the moment. Should I share that? Maybe not. However, it's real life, and that's just what it is, you know. Sometimes it's gonna be like that, where you're just trying to claw your way out, and you can only do so much. So that's part of why I'm trying to be productive, put videos out while I'm just on my way to work, and then you know, hopefully one day I can make something of myself. Also, maybe in the fitness world I can do something, but so yeah, there's that. And then I might need a cut, because these are like the top things that are on the top of my list to talk about. I don't have a list right now, so this is kind of me just to be able to practice what I can talk about, just right there and then, no notes, no nothing. I want to consider that just, that's the main, that's really it. That's pretty much it. There's a lot more other factors as to what keeps me driven to like do YouTube still. But yeah, I want to say that's really the main thing that keeps me going to do YouTube videos. And I'm thinking ahead of time, you know, like all these videos that I'm putting out, they're going to grow over the years. So once again, digital real estate, that's how I see it, if you want to see it that way. But I'm trying to put videos out there that can be of help to people as well. But yeah, overall, I would really love to share the experience of driving or exploring other cars and getting my hands on. So hopefully one day I get a chance to do that with many other car brands. Although, remember, I don't know how to drive manual yet, so I still need to learn. But yeah, let's go over the list real quick of things to recap. Reason why I started YouTube: need money for the mission to help my family and other people. Support. What is it? I'm just gonna post this. I don't care if I messed up, but yeah, I'm like, even I can't even recap what I just talked about. But yeah, money for the mission, help other people, help my family. I mean, I grew up poor too. That's another reason. Like, why? Oh yeah, travel. Travel's another one. But yeah, I didn't really grow up with all the money in the world. Sure, I was a bit spoiled, but luckily my dad kind of kept me in check too sometimes when he would spank me and discipline me here and there. Yeah, I don't know. There's not much else to it. It's times like these where I wish I could have maybe prepared something, but as I said, I think that's really mainly it. I just want to be able to help people build the best life for me and my family, help my family, enjoy life, travel, and really enjoy everything that life has to offer through cars and just everything beyond. There's just so much. It's kind of frustrating sometimes. Like, I wish I can do something about it to help other people, but I myself am struggling, so I'm trying to still keep going and, you know, keep the fire alive and helping people out, because, yeah. But I am going to be my own person and do the things that I believe are right and that I want to do and whatever feels right to me. And in the end, this is never going to be about looking good on the camera or social media or anything. Like, none of that even matters. Like I said, this is real life. Sometimes you're going to struggle. I've already posted videos of my struggle in life, and because of my mistakes too that I made, which is why we're in the position we're in at the moment as far as like money. So, yeah, if you're somebody who feels a lot of self-doubt, let me introduce you to Chris Garcia. I am somebody fighting myself every single day to even continue going. I always question myself sometimes, what am I even doing this for? So you're not alone in feeling like, I don't know, like you're just not enough. You want to blame yourself, you think you're not good enough. It just kind of sucks. I mean, it really is a mental battle. It's like between me, myself, and I. Yeah. Anyway, as I always tell you guys, and this is once again to myself, stay driven. One day we'll have the cars. One day we'll have the house. One day we'll have everything paid off. One day we'll get to travel. And ultimately one day we'll be able to help people in many ways that I wish I could have done a lot sooner in my life. One day we'll be extremely fit. One day we might be a firefighter. Who knows? But one day the world will know, and I just wish I could be there already, because, you know, time, life does not stop. I'm not getting any younger. Not that I'm even afraid to get older, but I wish I could enjoy these things while we're still very young and we don't have kids. I will see you guys in another video as always. This is Chris Driven speaking to you from the Toyota RAV4 office, signing out, clocking out from YouTube and clocking into my job. I need to do something about that.